Hello and welcome back, guys. This is our final day in LA. Okay, more on that later. But first stop of this day, we went back to Gjusta. You may remember that we missed out on the baklava croissants that we so wanted the first time we came here. So we actually called ahead of time, pre-ordered them, made sure they got reserved for us, and man oh man, they got powdered pistachios on top. And we were so excited and we were so anticipating the best croissants of our freaking lives. And we cut into it and we were going to tell you every single one of our thoughts until random construction noises showed up in the background. So the audio is going to be a little bit shaky on this. Bear with us. It's all part of the naturalistic scenes of eating in a strange place. Or, at least that's what I keep telling myself. So sorry. Not sorry. Enjoy. What do you think?
I'm not sure what's baklava about it.
Pistachios, I think.
Yeah. I was expecting the structure to be more like a baklava, like with a lot of layers, but thick syrupy layers. This basically just tastes like a regular croissant, but with pistachio.
I think if you ordered coffee or tea with it, you could have dunked it in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good croissant. I just wish the structure was more like a baklava. Yes. That's what I was hoping for.
So you're missing syrup. For myself, I thought this was an excellent croissant, flaky on the outside, tender, nice and moist on the inside, layers distinct but not dry. And I think really we just wanted more baklava out of a baklava croissant. It wasn't quite syrupy or moist or candy-like. It was just a pistachio croissant. Are you disappointed?
I'm sure that happens. Mildly, yeah.
I think they just needed to put some more filling in there in the layers when they laminated the final croissant roll instead of just in the middle, and then served it with a little bit of syrup. It shouldn't be sitting in syrup, but they should serve it with a little bit of syrup.
Right.
It's not dry, but it feels kind of dry.
Even the pistachio paste in the middle doesn't blow me away.
Yeah.
It's not even that fragrant.
No. I don't taste the pistachios really.
Yeah. This makes me not want to try the cookie from them.
The cookie looks better, honestly, because you can't really fuck up a chocolate chip cookie the way you can fuck up a baklava croissant that we've had expectations for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think?
I thought it was pretty good, but I've never had a baklava croissant before, so I have no
Neither have we, but you've had a baklava.
Yeah, it didn't taste like baklava.
I like the pistachio dust on top. That was a nice seal for me.
That was the only thing that made it kind of baklava-like.
Yeah,
I wanted it to be wetter.
Yeah, me too. More honey soaked.
I agree.
Yes,
even the filling should have been moister.
I think it should have,
Yeah,
buttery.
A little messier, yeah.
How about you, Opal? Do you like it?
Same comment.
How much was this plate, though?
Didn't ask.
Going in blind.
Yep. When's the next time I'm going to be here? I got to try.
I don't know. Maybe never, huh?
If it's disappointing too. But I mean, how could it be? It looks great. It is great. All right. I'm going to do a full. I'm going to do a full assembly.
$5 because it was canceled the day before.
There's not a lot of tanginess to it, but the structure is great. It's chewy. The crust is nice and crumbly. Yeah, love it.
So it's almost like blocks on a bagel, but bread.
I'm going to do a smoked oyster. I think that's what I've been most excited about. Whoops.
Is that a California tomato? It's a California tomato.
Oh my god. I remember all of my meals.
But yeah.
Oh, I do love that
California tomato.
That tomato is juicy. It's there's I don't know. It's just a fucking good
I want
tomato.
a California tomato.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, you'll get a bite. All right, here's a bite of the oyster.
Nice bite. Look at that. You got knives.
Very macro shot.
Well, it's very tender. Yeah, it's awesome.
Is it smoky?
I think mildly. It's nice and briny. I love it. I love how you can just assemble your own. Make the perfect bite. For Aaron, the highlight of this plate was probably the seafood, but for me, the highlight of this plate was the bread. The structure, the mouthfeel, the bouncy tenderness of it all was really to the point for me. There are nice crumbs. It's like multi-grainy. You see the bran. Nice little elasticity on the gluten. Oh yeah, nice little toasted sesame. Crust is shattery. Crumb is tender and pulley.
This is nicely charred. You get a little bit of that burnt oven taste, but not too much. And then this is super soft, and this is almost flaky, like a croissant. It's not too like crunchy, it's just like wafery. This sauce might be my favorite thing. It's so creamy.
It's like a dill yogurt sauce.
Yeah, it is so good. And it goes great with this, which is extremely seeded. And all of the grains in here are actually really hydrated. So they taste like tender pearl barley. I don't know what kind of grains they actually are, but the texture of the little pops of soft grain against the creamy sauce. I want the tomato. I've wanted a California tomato all my life.
We're assuming it is.
I mean, we're in California. I should hope it's a California tomato.
They imported
Not
New
like
York.
imported from Chile or something.
Tomatoes.
Big tomato bite.
Oh my god. It's sweet and it tastes like strawberries at first.
Good old strawberry tomatoes.
The flesh kind of tastes like a slightly ripe, overripe plum. There's like little pockets of texture, soft little fleshy bits. It's juicy, but it's contained juiciness, so it only spills once you bite down on it. There's no like wateriness that's running down all through your fingers, probably because it's already sliced. And it's the perfect amount of saltiness on top. Got that nice little MSG thing going. I want to try the cucumbers. I think they're pickles.
Yes, they said it was pickled veg.
Okay, it's not very pickled.
Lightly?
Barely. It's not very salty. Nice tender oyster. I don't know why I'm eating this oyster because they're Aaron's domain, but I just wanted to show you the inside of the texture and the color. I've never had a cooked oyster, I don't think. I've only had it raw and it was disgusting and I hate it.
Hopefully you'll like this one more.
This is smoked though, so.
Oyster.
Whoa. It's like a soft liver. It's like pate almost.
I've never had a cooked oyster either.
You shall have it now, Becca.
Oh my god.
That's
So
the one right
excited.
over, yeah.
Tell us your thoughts.
I like the smokiness.
I do too. The smokiness is amazing and it tastes like pate in oyster form. Oysters look so weird.
They do.
They look like labias, let's be honest. Now I kind of really don't want to eat it, but I will.
Did you psych yourself out of it?
Okay, the frilly parts don't taste like pate. They kind of taste like that part of squid that you can't really chew and swallow when it's cooked wrong and they forgot to peel the skin off. There's like a little bit of ligament that's a little bit unpleasant, but that's oysters for you. The labias of the sea.
So do you like this more than a raw?
Yes.
The labias of the sea.
Pastrami salmon.
I believe so.
Spices is what attracted Aaron to this. You can see all the speckles of what I assume is like mustard seed and maybe coriander. Probably a lot of pepper. Really tender, really silky, really smooth. Way better than the one we had at the hotel that's probably been out by like 6 a.m. and it was really disgusting when I ate it. So I'm glad.
That was a bit slimy.
It wasn't slimy, it was dry. It was worse than slimy. And this is,
I think slimy's worse than dry.
what was this one?
Albacore.
Tuna?
I think that's a tuna.
I think this is my favorite fishy thing on the plate. Not as fatty as the salmon, a little bit tart, and you can feel the fibers of the fish a lot better. There are more distinct little stripes of fish.
The albacore is nice. I'm glad I got it. I don't usually get smoked whitefish. I usually always go with various forms of salmon.
But you're living large.
I sure am.
Trying new things, just in case we all die tomorrow. No regrets.
It'll be nice to know that before you died, you ate some sea labia.
Yeah.
Everyone should.
Yes, agreed. I wish that was spicier.
Okay. You wish
I can fix
everything
that.
were spicier.
Well,
Still
honestly,
hot sauce.
You stole
Yeah.
Becca's hot sauce. It looks
did.
like samba ole.
It does.
there,
It was really good.
spiciness cured.
Okay, you're really going. Okay, I'm not touching any more of that salmon, I guess.
Okay, good.
Why taste food when you can just eat chilies?
I'm really a simple guy. You can put chilies on anything and it'll make it great food for me. So,
Yogurt. That sounds
I'll
really
do
good,
that right now.
actually.
I was gonna say, that
Yeah.
sounds really good.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think the smoked oysters are my favorite. They're the most interesting. Like you, I really only had raw before. This is great though. Sea labias, everybody.
The food of the future.
Yeah, you should put a sensor block on this right now, as I'm about to like go in.
Oh my god.
What's inside there?
I don't know. Is that
Did you say poop? It's oyster poop.
No.
Really big
Their digestive system.
They are big. I was thinking about them.
You don't think it's stuck with something?
I don't know.
But their poop tastes so good.
Their poop just tastes better than ours.
Yeah, their poop tastes really good.
I'm gonna say it's not poop until it's come out of the body.
Yeah, I think it's.
While it's in you, it's
Do they even have a body?
I think their body is a stomach.
I heard that vegetarians can eat oysters.
Toronto. Why is that?
They're a bivalve. Apparently it's
they're an animal.
Are they?
Yes, they're obviously an animal.
Lack of animal knowledge aside, I especially love the multi-grain bread. Lots of seeds, some little health factors in there, but mostly really damn good with butter. And with that final meal from LA under our belt, we went on a last car ride back to LAX. We went into one of the lounges, waited for our flight, got some snacks, got some drinks. Aaron got some champagne, or whatever bubbly we had.
Where's New York? Gas. How dare.
It's because Newark is the United States.
I got myself a little burnt cappuccino, and Aaron got me a
Seriously rating
Budweiser and told me
We
to
are.
rate
I
it.
don't think I want to do that to myself. How much are you paying me for this review?
I'll Venmo you $6,000. You have it on camera.
As always, if you're
Hold me
interested
to
in
it.
checking out our beer ratings, you can find us on Untapped.
What are
Get
you
at
waiting
this
for?
man if he doesn't pay me.
You have 5 seconds to start.
We'll leave you a little link down in the description box. Cheers, y'all. It kind of smells like somebody peed in my fresh beer. I mean, beer usually smells a little bit like pee, but this is like half pee.
Someone peed in it.
Nice, cool pee. It somehow already smells like beer that's been spilled on your college party grounds for 10 days
Already stale.
and nobody cleaned it up. You know that smell? You know that smell. Even if you didn't go to college, you know that smell. Well, I just had a really nice bitter cappuccino that's very burnt. And then when you pair it with this nice fresh little pea beer, it's kind of fruity. If you close your eyes and you make believe that you're drinking a fancier beer than a Bud, this actually tastes a little bit floral. So I'm gonna give this a 1 out of 5. It is probably the worst cheap beer I've ever had internationally. Like, not really refreshing, and it kind of tastes like LA Tap. So I'm glad that I drank at least one Bud before I died and had that experience. Our flight was called. We began to get in line for boarding. Aaron did a silly little dance. We found our seats, and we began to wait. And we waited. And we waited. I played a few movies, I played a few more movies, and then we had announcement after announcement telling us that there's a problem, we're not sure yet, but we'll have more details, and we waited.
So, once again, you guys have been wonderful today. Thanks for help us do our jobs. It gets pretty ugly when you're dealing with stuff like this. So, once again, I want to thank everybody for being respectful like you do. But we'll have a little bit more information for you here very, very shortly. Very, very shortly, I promise.
As it turns out, there was something wrong with the plane's fuel, and then there was something wrong with the plane's mechanisms. So after maybe about 3+ hours sitting on that plane, we deplaned, we got our luggage back, and then we stood in line for maybe half an hour, 40 minutes to get a hotel voucher. And we made our journey to our hotel for the night.
At least it's pretty at night. Looks good on camera.
At this point, obviously, we were both very exhausted and fatigued, and we wanted to get home, but we couldn't, so I guess we were at this point pretty glad to be in a hotel. We were pretty hungry. We got some vouchers to spend at the hotel for food, so we made our way down to their bar, and we ordered a couple of items. First things first was obviously a long, cold drink. Lots of nice little tomatoey spiciness for Aaron, a little prick of citrus, and a deep, deep sigh.
Are your troubles starting to fade away?
Immediately, yes.
We got a salad because health, and I actually quite enjoyed the salad.
Vegetables, Aaron. I think it's a pretty decent salad, but maybe I'm just delirious.
I think so.
It's got crunchy tortilla chips, though. You can't go wrong with that.
Can't complain about that.
I got an Impossible burger.
Those are fun looking fries. Catch me eating one right now.
Surprisingly, the standout here were the fries. The fries were damn good.
They feel hot and crunchy.
They're very hot. Be careful.
Lightly crisp on the outside with a nice little fry action, and nice and fluffy, tender, creamy on the inside.
I love these fries, man.
Perfect with some ketchup.
I'll put it on my plate. You can dip.
Aaron got a turkey club.
Bacon sounds crunchy.
That was the bread.
Bread sounds crunchy.
Pretty standard, pretty not memorable.
Gotta try the club.
I don't even think this is the California tomato, yo.
It's not. It's a pretty flavorless tomato.
Where is this tomato coming from? Because it's not California. Wow.
Tomato factory.
I gotta put some ketchup on the tomato to make it taste like tomato, though. There we go.
And I would say the least appetizing thing on the table, a tie between the tomatoes in our sandwiches and that non-potato potato bun. The burger was quite decent, but it was advertised as having potato buns, and it definitely didn't have potato buns, so
I'm not gonna eat the potato bun because it's not a potato bun.
Good.
It doesn't even smell like a potato bun. That's a sacrilege.
I kind of just ended up disassembling it like I do with all sandwiches anyway, and making lettuce wraps. Decent.
Oh, that's so sad. It tastes kind of like a room, which smells kind of moldy.
Oh well, there's always fries. My Sapote got really smushed in the luggage, so we're just gonna eat it now because it's probably gonna start rotting. Oh my god, that was delicious. It's so custardy. Wow, there are parts of it that are like a little bit bitter. I'm not sure where that's coming from. And there are some hard cheese in the middle. So sweet. But that's really good. The texture is like if a mealy apple wasn't mealy, but very soft, and it's as dense as a peach, but it wasn't as juicy as a peach. Does that make sense? Probably not. I can also compare it to like a really ripe cheese in that it's kind of smooth and creamy. Fruit is amazing. Man, this really brightened a weary day up. The inside flesh kind of has the texture of a really nice creamy papaya. I'm so glad that Aaron made me buy this. It's like fruit pudding on a stick. After eating that marvelous fruit, we went to sleep, we woke up, we hopped aboard the shuttle to the airport, and we crossed our goddamn fingers that the plane was gonna take off today. I ate my remaining Sapote fruit because, to be honest, it was so bruised during its time in the luggage compartment in that 3-hour hold that it just could not sit for another trip. It reminds me of like a winter squash and a papaya. The seeds are bigger when they're unripe. They're like very bulbous. These are all seeds. Lo and behold, we boarded our plane again, and it took off this time, and I was very, very glad to be able to finish my movie, have some more of my snacks. I saw a dog. It was the best neighbor to have aboard an aircraft. I believe it was the dog that we met last night. Better than a baby. Watched a really confusing movie that I would not recommend anyone watch. It felt like a total waste of time and a mind jerk. But snacks. Snacks are amazing. The croissant was definitely not meant to sit in my backpack overnight. It was absolutely disgusting cold. I would not recommend that you store it for any longer than 4 hours. Upon purchase, eat it ASAP. The taro puff, though, was amazing. As good as I bought it. God, this movie was so weird. It had some really nice artsy scenes in it, but for the most part, yikes. Aaron and I also shared some mixed nuts. They were okay. We had a little thumb war. I believe he won. And of course, true to form, as soon as we landed, we got off the subway and we got ourselves more food. They're the most innovative ones in New York that taste fantastic, I agree. Fayola is still the best when it comes to just plain momos, yeah.
Fried momo and spicy tangy sauce mixed together with roasted soybean, onion, tomato, and cilantro.
Guess what I'm having?
The taiyaki that you have sizzling away in a pan, or what remains of it.
Yeah, it doesn't taste very good cold. 2 days later. That's a good crunch even after half an hour.
It is, yeah.
Are you not done with your eating days yet? 1 week of eating in LA now?
Yeah, I eat food almost every day. I think there's soybeans.
Spicy, holy schmoly.
Really? Nice big chunks of onion in there.
Nice.
I think they're all brilliant.
Freddie wants.
Take whoever you want, and I'll eat the rest.
Okay, thank you. I love the little toppings that always come with Momo Crave momos. Soybeans, chili, tomato. I'm sure this would have been much, much crunchier, but it's got a nice little fried raw onion, raw chili smell to it. That kind of pierces right through the shallow layer of your nose. And it's somehow still crispy. It's a very, very satisfying dough. Fried to a crisp. It's almost like a wonton skin, but thicker. Meatball, nice and juicy, seared. Cheers, yo. Home sweet home. Oh, I forgot. In case anyone doesn't know, the tap water in LA doesn't taste that great. Once upon a time, a viewer told me that if I put some cucumber into my water, it makes it taste less tappy, and it does, and you still have some cucumbers at the end of it. Vegetables there are good, even when waterlogged and tasteless. I got those at an H Mart and they were on sale for like 79 cents a pound, which I had never seen before for Persian cucumbers. Great deal, great cucumbers, and now I'm ready for dessert. Still smells so good. I couldn't bear to throw this away because it was so good. I toasted it up, and as you can see, the layers are very flaky. There is unfortunately no more cookie crunch butter in here, but I am still salivating. The sugars have melted. Oh yeah. Ooh, that caramel. How you doing, Fred? You good, bud? Of course, the first thing we did after we got home was to buy more food to eat, and while Aaron was waiting for his momos outside Momo Crave, a viewer recognized me, went into the bakery next door to Momo Crave, and proceeded to buy me this purple ube cookie, which I'm super excited to try. Because who doesn't like ube things? It smells so buttery. It's so soft. It feels like a light cookie, but my fingers just sink into it like a plush memory foam pillow. It's a dark color. I mean, the lighting isn't great. Let me switch. Oh yeah, much better lighting. It's nice and soft, y'all. It's so soft. It smells like ice cream. I don't know how, but it does. That is, it tastes like perfume, but in the best way possible. A little bit lavender, mildly reminiscent of rose. Wow, it's at once fruity and floral. This is a good cookie. My goodness. Aaron said it's all mine, but I think I'm gonna save him some. Do you want a soft plush cookie, Fred? Do you want to smell it? Oh. You want it? You want it? I don't know if you can have it, buddy. Here, let me give you a nibble. Even Fred likes it. Freddy likes a cookie. Speaking of desserts, this was one of the best purchases I've ever made on a trip. Excuse you. This is our salted egg yolk. Fred, do you mind? This is our salted egg yolk taro pastry. No, it's not for you. It's for me. Stop it. It is delightful with a salted egg yolk center. Fred, I don't know if taro is good for you. Fred, excuse me. And it has a very creamy taro filling with flaky layered pastry that gets moist with time, which is what this has done. 2 days, room temperature, after our traveling hell. All right, good to know. You can't have this, Fred. Sorry, Fred. I'll give you a treat, bud. Okay? This treat is safe for you. Ow! Jesus Christ. I'm gonna eat all my cashews because we're back home with Fred and we are living our best lives. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see y'all next time. Fred, stop being a trash cat. Hello? That's trash. Buddy.